Hey all, this is Dinosaur. I was asked to take a look at a television show. Uh, I'm kind of glad I was asked this because I have been essentially searching for television shows ever since Sons of Anarchy went off the air. Yes, I was a big SOA fan. But here's the thing. I was asked to take a look at a show called Undateable by NBC. And I was going, okay, I'll take a look at it. And I got to admit, I normally do not like comedies, but I thought this one was actually really funny because it was a good. I think the characters were good opposites. The writing was good. It just the characters were good chemistry. So was the writing. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the pilot to explain everything. I only got to see just the later episodes, but then the later episodes gave me a lot of insight of those other characters, uh specifically the roommates in the bar they own and what they go through there. Whew, sorry. And what I think it's basically the whole story is about a bunch of people like in a bar or grouped up. They're trying to make this whole thing work, and they're trying, to survive in Detroit of all places. And I think the difference, what I thought was really good about it was the level of the multiculturalism. Whereas you have, it's not really multicultural, but it's more socially cultural on that. Whereas you had the kind of the guy that got the player, the Mr. Romantic, gets all that, gets the girls most of the time and everything. Then you had like the average guy, which was the main character. But then you had the total, like the total geek and a nerd, but he's actually like total player too, and you wouldn't know it. But then you have the other girls in there that they add their 2 cents. One is a waitress who doesn't know. Who's having a hard time waitressing, but it's funny about it. The other one is, I believe, one of the guy's girlfriends, and then you have another guy that which his name was Shelly. And now he's a big black guy on that, and oh yeah, the British guy who's a bartender, who I think he's also a major player in the bar. Which here now he's gay, but here's the thing: the formula reminded me when I saw the first episode of Cheers and Friends on that, and Friends. The reason why I say Friends is mainly the waitress that was dumb as a doornail. Remind me of one of the girlfriends in the series. I forget her character's name on that, but that's why I hear the other one. Other girls were like really smarter on that, and they know what they were kind of doing on that. But as far as the other aspects of that with, let's see, Cheers, each character kind of had its own thing. You had the nerd guy who was like the smart doctor character. Then you had the Shelley, who's the kind of the bigger black guy. He reminded me of Norm and from Cheers. Now this is a long time ago, but the formula is really the same. But what made this work is that they're talking about dating in every single episode. There was like a new issue, like do you date this girl? Do you have? And there's funny lines like the guy has a one night stand with this one girl, and his best friend is telling him, "Hold, think Braveheart, hold," and he's like yelling at him, "Hold, don't say anything, just let her go out the door." And I can see where he's coming from, but the other guy wants to say something and then just jacks it all up. Uh, I think it's funny. I think the Shelley, the character plays Norm, is the funniest of that because he's like, no, 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 you're gonna text someone, you add slap that ass. Then he texts the girl that the guy just met. He's like, you, me, slap that ass. There you go. You'll be fine. Sure enough, she's just okay, which was really funny at the theater. I would say a lot of the humor is inspired by that, but a lot of it reminded me from the older sitcoms, such as just common sense stuff. I don't know. I couldn't name really another one off the top of my head right now. I think it's really an interesting series. But here's the thing, though. Would I watch it regularly? Not really, because it didn't really perk my interest. I was funny, and I may watch it a little later on, but wasn't kind of my thing. Now, I will say about a show I have been watching to compare on that, which is on E, yes, the same network as the Kardashians, called The Royals. Which I stumbled across this while I was doing homework over the weekend. I was just listening to it. And what I was fascinated by is I actually took a break and watched one episode, and it was a lot. It was written presented in the same way as Sons of Anarchy. You had the cold crush or the cold stuff at the beginning. But the problem is much like Sons of Anarchy, if you didn't watch the first episode, you are completely lost on what's going on. And I wanted to bring this show up because I think it's funny, but it's very drama based. Now, would it be a Sons of Anarchy? No, because Sons of Anarchy was an awesome show. Will there ever be another Sons of Anarchy? I don't know. I think that was a special show, and I don't think we're going to get that again. But what I thought was interesting about this show is that it takes place in 1996 approximately in a fictitious England with a fictitious king and a fictitious royal family. They're all kind of inspired from parts of it, but it shows what a freaking nut house it is, whereas half of them are doing drugs, half of them are drinking all the time. They're like, two of them are bi, and it's like crazy. And the one guy who's legit, he's like kind of seeing this American girl. Of course, they work that in there, which I hate to say this to American girls. The chances of an American girl kind of getting serious with a British royal, very slim, and that's because of the politics. The politics would not allow it on that. Even in the film, they talked, or in this television show, where she was saying all we're having is coffee, but her father is the head of security. Now, here's the interesting part. The entire family, the fictitious family, respects her father. The reason why is her father lost his wife. And the queen, who is married to the king, forget what his formal name is, told him to get back to his duties, and he told her to fire him because he will cry for his wife as long as it takes. And since that point, nobody disrespected him again because he did a good job. But when his mother died, the young girl had to live within the house. That's how she gets all these experiences with that family. Now, the politics in the television show, is specifically said that I don't think it's a good idea that you date, because it's like dating the help. It's just probably not a good idea if you consider it in that context. But what happened in the whole series is the supposed king, the new king, or the supposedly next in line died suddenly in battle or something. I didn't quite get what it was. But then there's going to be new. But then the current king is suggesting to abolish the monarchy. Now, I think that it was interesting they did that on a television show with abolishing the monarchy, because there was a lot of talk with William and Kate whether or not the monarchy would survive on them. But that's really besides the point. I mean, the truth is that there's a lot of talk that when Charles is eligible, he's going to have to advocate for the monarchy to survive. To William and Kate. He won't have a choice because people are not, they don't want to wait. Those people want William and Kate. But Charles is on the spot. But here, I'm getting off track here. The point is that the show itself had the same kind of filming, the same kind of impact, and the music played such an important part. They weren't riding around with motorcycles, But I gotta admit, this is the most conniving bunch of group I've ever seen. I mean, you think Keeping Up with the Kardashians is bad. Holy crap, the mother is like backstabbing her daughter. Her daughter's going out getting drunk, high in Paris and coming back with like 2 or 3 people. And what I don't like is they make fun of these 2 redhead girls and they're like, oh, they're the spawn of syphilis. And I was like, boy, thanks a lot. That's really makes me feel comfortable. And like the brother of the king is pissed off because even the current king is suggesting a ball. So he's like, look, if you don't like it, give it to me or give it to the next in line. That's just stupid. And the family, and what's going on is that majority of the family who is not being king is fighting to keep the monarchy because they don't want to be considered normal. But they're backstabbing each other at the same time. It's absolutely, it's absurd, but it's almost believable on that, where people, when you get that kind of power, get that crazy. Now, in respects to the other show, Undateable, on that, it's definitely not as funny. I think Undateable is a great fun. I probably should maybe watch a couple of more episodes. But I would say that this other show, I think, is a really good show as well. On that, because a lot of it, as far as the closing, the opening, all of it reminded me of Sons of Anarchy. They almost filmed it in the same way. So for now, I'm going to watch that a little bit and see where that goes on that. Because I thought, oh man, this is going to just be stupid, lame, dumb. It was like, holy crap, these people are crazy. And, you know, and it was just thing. And because I've researched this group a little bit, on that, I have a little background understanding them and their craziness. Now, of course, this television series has got nothing to do with the current family, on that, but at least in theory. But it's just something for people to think about because the drama is such drama, and that's what Sons of Anarchy really was all drama. It was a soap opera for guys. It's pretty much what it was. I don't know. I think both are good, and I think while I did Undateable, I wanted to talk about this other show, which I think it's worth a look. It's worth a watch, because these people are just, they don't pull punches, and like some of the stuff will just kind of shock you. Like, are you kidding me? And it's amazing what price comes with power in some cases. But anyway, that's it. This is Dinosaur. Hope you enjoyed everything. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.